Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Shadow and today I'm talking about my NAIC predictions for the upcoming tournaments. And first off, I'm just going to start off with what legendaries I think are going to do. And I'm going to start with my top 5. First off, Miraidon. I think Miraidon takes first just because of its powerful choice specs damage and also that it was the most used in LA, so I think that'll carry over. Next, I do think it will be followed by Calyrex Shadow actually here. I think it's Calyrex Shadow is kind of fallen by the wayside, so less people are going to be prepped for it. So I think Calyrex Shadow has the potential to get second or even place high. Next, I think other Calyrex Ice is really strong. Trick Room's very good into the restricted format. Other Pokemon, I think Koraidon. I think people are starting to figure out how to use it and really optimize it. So I think Koraidon's the next one, especially such as the clear aim that's really giving it the help it needs. And finally, I think it could be a toss-up, but between Zacian and maybe like Terapagos, but I do think Terapagos may slightly outperform, but I'm going to go with Zacian. I think Zacian, people are more starting to like it, and I think Terapagos is starting to drop down, especially with rise of, like, say, Koraidon. So I think this is going to be our top 5 restricted. Of course, Zacian could also be replaced by, say, a Terapagos, or even something such as, I don't like a Lunala, if Lunala pull up. But I do think most likely Zacian crowned. So these are my top 5. I'm going to break down exactly why. Miraidon, again, specs, good damage with Terra Electric, and also really supports Mons with other Mons such as the Iron Bundles, Iron Hands, so I think that's why. Calyrex, I think it's just has been kind of slept on, so it's going to start coming back, especially with how well it did in LA as well. Calyrex Ice, just solid. Trick Room, stupidly good. Koraidon, I think we're figuring it out. It did good in LA, and I think this could be its breakout tournament. And Zacian is just slowly picking up. I think it's just a good, very solid middle ground restricted. So now going into like non-restricteds for which Pokemon are going to be doing the best outside of the restricteds. First, I think obviously number 1's going to be Incin. This is not surprising. I think Incin's still going to be number 1 used, but I do think it'll be followed kind of similar by Rillaboom and Urshifu. These two have been dominating the format, and I don't think these three have been dominating the format, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon. I see these three going to dominate. Fourth, I also think it will be Amoonguss. I know it would be great to see something else, but I think these 4 are still going to stay around to top picks. Fifth, this is where I could see something interesting, and I'm actually going to bet it's going to be Iron Hands. I think Iron Hands, Clear Amulet, or even a Soulfest probably a Soulfest, but I think Iron Hands will take the 5th spot in NAIC. And this is going to be a bit surprising, but I do think if Miraidon is going to be as much as I think it will, I think we're going to see a huge rise in Iron Hands. And especially with people wanting Fake Out Mons, Iron Hands, I think, could suddenly be in a huge rise. So I think it's going to be these 4, plus maybe Iron Hands, or even, say, an Iron Bundle. I think one of these 2 will take that 5th spot. But I think that it's more likely we'll see an Iron Hands, just because of how it can also do a bit more with, like, Fake Out. Or, of course, you could also say the same with Iron Bundle with Icy Wind Speed Control. So, either way, maybe I'll put Iron Bundle 5, Iron Hands 6. I think we'll go there. Kind of around there. I think this will be like our top 6 most used, top 6 non-restricted Pokemon. Based around archetypes that I think are going to be good, Hyper Offense. We're going to see like 95% of teams are going to be Hyper Offense. Who knows, we may see some like Eternatus Toxic Stall, I've seen that. But it's going to be very Hyper Offensive format. It's going to be setting up your Pokemon sweep. But my prediction for like the basic types we're gonna see, I think we're gonna see Calyrex Shadow with the nasty plot set, probably with Sash, because that's what they're, I think, probably most consistent with, like the Terra Fairy, Draining Kiss, Astral Barrage, and nasty plot set. I think that's the most likely. And then along with that, you'll see like your Clefairy and your Incin Rillaboom. I think this is going to be very common. I think this is going to be a very common archetype that we'll see a ton of. I think we're going to see a whole lot of this archetype. Next, I think our next most will be, of course, the Miraidon Choice Specs sets. So that will be specs here with your 4 electric moves, we'll just put, and then like your Draco. Of course there's the more, but along with these I think we'll see Iron Bundle, Iron Crown, well not Iron Crown, but I do think that would be interesting. Hands, if I can get it. And I think this will be kind of the base of that core. I think this next core, the final core I'm going to mention is going to be kind of just the good stuff cores, maybe something like Azacian, or it's like, I can even see this core working with, say, a Zamazenta, but then say with like Ensign, Rillaboom, and then maybe like just something. I could see this being a very strong core, especially in the format, or even just nursery. Just these 3 with, say, a Zamazenta or a Zacian could be very strong. And I think this could be a pretty good core, and I think these kind of be like some top 3 cores around this format right now. But tell me what you think are your predictions for NAIC. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.